So hello everyone, forgive me for using this page. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about limits of a function. Forgive me for also the noise that is coming from my neighbor right there. So today we are going to be talking about my favorite topic, which is limits. So there are 5 methods of finding the limit of a function. That is we are just going to get right to the point. We are not going to be playing hide and seek. And tichangoudzana chokwadi tichangonanga pane zvakakosha chete. And I think it would nasi maudzwa my limit chi something like that. So there are 5 methods of evaluating my limits. Number 1, panel substitution method. Number 2, panel H method. Number 3, panel limits of limits at infinity. Then panel L'Hopital's rule. This is my favorite. I love this. I don't know, is it because I love the name or I just love that it is very simple. It makes things very simple, the L'Hopital's rule. And then number 5, series expansion method. And it. So for number 1, okay, I want to give you an example. Okay, you might be asking before we talk about this example, you might be asking why these 5 methods, and we could just use one. Okay, so there are 5 methods because there are other questions that we cannot use certain methods. You will see as we progress that some other methods cannot apply to some scenarios. So we have to choose another method of the 5. So by the end of this limit series, you are going to know exactly when to apply the right method at the right scenario. So we are going to talk about the substitution method. Okay, so by substitution method, for example, you are given this limit, right? This evaluate f of x, which is 3x squared minus 6x plus 12. When as x approaches 10, okay. So on substitution, what you just do is you will say the limit as x approaches 10 of 3x squared minus 6x plus 12. You are simply substituting this value that you are given. So uka substitute upper, you will get something like 252, I think. 252 because upper. Tikaisa 10 upon 300 minus 2 minus 60, which is 240. 240 plus 12, 252. Okay, so don't worry, I just want you to understand the concept. Okay, so this is our first example. So let's get to our next example. And then there is a friend, one of you guys has sent me a message on Telegram about my limits. So I'm going to work his question right here. Okay, I will just, after this, I will look at the question, then I will decide on which I will use it as an example to illustrate some things, so that he can be happy wherever he is. So you two guys, you can also send my questions in per Telegram and we talk about them. And so substitution method, this is what you just do. But there are other scenarios where substitution method cannot work. Let's get to those scenarios. Let's say that you are given something like this. Evaluate the limit. Let me check if my camera is okay. So we're good to go. So evaluate the limit as x approaches 1 of x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, so if you look at this function, if we to substitute 1, to use the substitution method, and it pazasa pano paita 0, yobaita undefined. We don't need to work that. I think we all know that 0 over 0 is undefined. Because upon 0, then our point 0. And so what do we do to find the limit of this? So this is what you do. You can manipulate this part x squared minus 1 because maths dzinoda munhu ane keen eye, munhu akangwara tsotsi rinoonera kuti chisini choda kuitwa sei. So what you are going to do is you are going to say the limit as x approaches 1 is equal to, you change this one is difference of 2 squares. I think we can all agree. So it's x plus 1 x minus 1 like this over x minus 1. So kana yadai so manje wakutongo cancela anditi kana wakancela, then you are going to be left with the limit as x approaches 1 of the function x plus 1. So uka substitute 1, you will get your answer 2. Okay, so for now let me upload this video so that we can talk about the next thing. Okay.